In a tranquil monastery nestled high among misty mountains, there lived a monk named Tenzin. He was the heart of the village, admired for his unwavering kindness and his willingness to help anyone in need. If you had a problem, Tenzin was the one to turn to. He never said no, no matter how big or small the request. One day, a frazzled old villager rushed to the monastery pleading for Tenzin's help. "Monk, my son is gravely ill. I can't carry him to the healer in the next village. Will you help me?" Without hesitation, Tenzin nodded. He followed the man home, lifted the frail boy onto his back, and began the long, grueling journey. The path was steep and rocky, the air thin and biting. Every step tested Tenzin's endurance, yet he pressed on, his heart full of purpose. It didn't matter how much his body ached. Helping others was his calling. This single act of kindness was just the beginning. Word spread quickly, and soon villagers were lining up with requests. A farmer needed help fixing his irrigation system. A mother begged for food to feed her hungry children. A merchant sought assistance carrying heavy sacks of grain. Each time, Tenzin said yes, believing it was his duty to ease their burdens. But as the days turned into weeks, the weight of these endless demands began to crush him. Tenzin's body grew weaker, his mind clouded, and his meditations, once a source of peace, became a struggle. Despite his noble intentions, he was running on empty. One afternoon, Tenzin collapsed under the weight of yet another heavy load. The head monk approached him with a calm but knowing expression. "Tenzin," he said gently, "why have you fallen? You have been strong for so many seasons. What has changed?" Tenzin, ashamed, replied, "I've been helping others just as you taught me. I wanted to bring them peace and relief." The head monk smiled kindly but shook his head. "You've misunderstood the teachings. Helping others is noble, but you cannot pour from an empty cup. By neglecting your own well-being, you are not truly helping anyone. You are losing yourself." Tenzin's story isn't just about a monk in a faraway monastery. It's about all of us, students, parents, employees, caregivers, anyone who feels the weight of others' expectations. Think about it. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the demands of those around you? Maybe it's your boss asking you to work late, your friends expecting constant support, or your family relying on you for everything. Like Tenzin, you might feel like saying no is selfish, or that helping others is your responsibility. But here's the truth. Constantly giving without taking time to recharge doesn't make you a hero, it makes you exhausted. And when you're drained, your ability to genuinely help others diminishes. Practical advice: how to help without losing yourself. Set boundaries. Tenzin learned the hard way that boundaries are essential. Saying no isn't selfish. It's a way to protect your energy so you can say yes when it truly matters. For example, if a friend constantly seeks your advice but never acts on it, consider setting limits. You might say, "I'm happy to listen, but I can't solve this for you." Prioritize your well-being. The head monk's advice, "You cannot pour from an empty cup," applies to all of us. Whether it's a daily walk, a quiet moment with a book, or just saying no to one more commitment, prioritize activities that replenish your energy. For instance, parents who carve out even 15 minutes for themselves often find they're better equipped to handle the chaos of family life. Learn to delegate. Tenzin took on every task himself, but real strength lies in knowing when to ask for help. If you're overwhelmed at work, delegate tasks to team members. If household chores are piling up, involve your family. Sharing the load doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're wise. Understand the impact of burnout. Imagine you're driving a car with a nearly empty tank of gas. You can only go so far before the car stops completely. The same is true for you. By ignoring burnout, you risk not only your ability to help others, but also your physical and mental health. Tenzin eventually learned to balance his desire to help with the need to care for himself. He began saying no when he felt his energy depleting, understanding that this wasn't a failure, but a necessity. At first, the villagers were frustrated, But over time, they saw the change in Tenzin. He was stronger, more present, and genuinely joyful when he chose to help. This transformation didn't just impact Tenzin, it taught the entire village an important lesson. True generosity comes from a place of strength, not sacrifice. Tenzin's story offers us a powerful reminder. Helping others is a beautiful and noble pursuit, but it should never come at the expense of our own well-being. When we take care of ourselves, we can give more freely, more fully, and more sustainably. So, the next time you're faced with a request that feels like too much, ask yourself, is my cup full enough to give? If not, take a step back, recharge, refill. And remember, true kindness starts with kindness toward yourself. Moral of the story: helping others is noble, but balance is key. Care for yourself first, and you'll find you're able to give to others in a way that truly makes a difference.